Thank you. Good morning. I call the August 9, 2024 special meeting of the Arizona Board of Regents to order. Rachel, would you please confirm we have a quorum?
Yes, Chair Mata, we have a quorum.
Thank you. This morning, we will convene an executive session for interviews with and discussion regarding the University of Arizona presidential candidate and for legal advice and discussion regarding the University of Arizona presidential candidate and the search process. At the conclusion of executive session, the board will resume the public meeting to hear the remaining items on its agenda. Do I have a motion to enter into executive session for the executive session items listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you. If there's a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Any abstentions? The motion carries. The board will now convene in executive session. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. The public session of the special board meeting is now resumed. Rachel, will you please confirm we have a quorum?
Yes, Chair Mata, we have a quorum.
I would like to extend and thank you and my sincere appreciation to the Regents and the Search Advisory Committee for their excellent work. These are, and I want to mention each of them because the work we put behind the scene was amazingly, incredibly, and timing that everybody put their time to make this happen. I would like to thank you for each of them: Toby Adigon, Marla Franco, David Hahn, Erin Hart, Melanie Hingle, Jenny Lee, Bert Lopez, Fletcher McCusker, Cindy Rankin, Desiree Reed Francois, Christina Rocha, Stephen Rowe Lewis, Joeline Russell, Caleb Simons, Mark Stegman. I would also like to thank Regent Duval and Regent Goodyear because they were part of this committee. But most importantly, I want to share with you that our ABOR staff who helped the entire committee and their extraordinary work have made a team effort to make this happen and where we are today. And I would like to recognize first, starting with Chad Sampson, Jenny Pollock, who always kept us straight, Sam Blevins, Kevin Smith, Suzanne Templing, Debbie Sale, Rachel Malefors, Sarah Harper, Caroline Park, Nick Opick, Jason Gonzalez, Megan Gilbertson, Monica Trejos, Drew Brown, Sabiel Leal, Thomas Atkins, and Tom Miriam. Thank you all for helping us to be where we are today. So we would like to start discussing and voting on the nomination of a finalist for the president of the University of Arizona. I would like to take a moment to say a few words about Dr. Garimella and then open it up to the Regents. First of all, I am very proud to call Dr. Suresh Garimella the University of Arizona's 23rd president. Dr. Garimella stood out amongst the best. Someone with this remarkable scholarship, leadership, and vision embodies the excellence this outstanding university demands. I would like to say a few words in Spanish about him because I know we have a huge population of Hispanic speaking, and now that we have the opportunity to introduce him, lo voy a decir en mis palabras en español. Estoy orgullosa de llamar al Dr. Suresh Garimella el 23º presidente de la Universidad de Arizona, quien se ha destacado como el mejor. Alguien con su notable erudición, liderazgo y visión, representa la excelencia de las demandas de esta universidad. So Dr. Garimella, upon receiving his first degree at the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, often compared to our nation's top technologies institutes, he came to the United States to earn a master's and doctorate. His pursuit of higher education continued as a professor and as a researcher, rising to the role of Goodson Distinguished Professor of Mechanical Engineering and Executive Vice President for Research and Partnership at Purdue University. During his tenure as president of the University of Vermont, he prioritized affordability, freezing in-state tuition for the last 5 years, attracted record undergraduate applications, and grew enrollment, helped foster healthy relationships in the state's legislature, and strengthened state and community relationships. Additionally, he's a member of the National Science Board and was appointed to a senior fellowship with the U.S. Department of Energy and Climate Partnerships of the Americas. First and foremost, Dr. Garimella is student-focused and considers himself a faculty member. Beyond his nearly 30-year career in higher education, Suresh is engaging, a great listener, and a collaborative leader. And I would like to translate this last set that I just mentioned in Spanish. Antes que nada, el doctor Garimella está centrado en el estudiante, algo tan importante para nosotros, y se considera miembro de la facultad. Más allá de sus casi 30 años de carrera en educación superior, Suresh está comprometido a escuchar y a colaborar como líder. Dr. Garimella's expertise and character will benefit the U of A and our entire state. He is the complete package. La experiencia y personalidad del Dr. Garimella beneficiará a la Universidad de Arizona y a todo nuestro estado. Es el paquete completo. I would like to now open the floor to our region if you have any comments that you would like to share. Regent Penley?
Thank you very much, Chair Mata. And Dr. Garimella, I very much appreciate your willingness to be a candidate at the University of Arizona for its next president. The time it takes for anyone like you to really get to know a new university is extraordinary. You've shown that you've spent a lot of time preparing yourself and understanding the nature of this great historic research university in the state of Arizona. I very much am supportive of you as the next president, Dr. Garimella, for a variety of reasons, including your considerable experience at Purdue University, which I know very well, a great public research university that's very focused on engineering and science. And that experience extends as well at Purdue to knowledge of Big Ten athletics. And as we all know, the University of Arizona has a very major athletics program that we want to continue to see as a very successful athletics program. But beyond your experience at Purdue, your student-focused orientation, the student-centered nature that you have shown at the University of Vermont is a valuable addition to the University of Arizona. You're a scholar, as Chair Mata has already indicated. You understand boards and the role that we play as public representatives of the people of Arizona and the responsibility that we have to work with you, the faculty, students, and staff of the University of Arizona. You come from a land-grant university with Senator Morrill's desk in your office. You understand the responsibility that this great land-grant university has located in Tucson, Arizona, to really respond to the needs of the people of Arizona. But finally, you're experienced, you're thoughtful, you're a leader. I'm happy that you're our candidate, and I fully support your becoming the next president.
Thank you, Regent Penley. Regent Duval? You have to unmute. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and both for your comments and Regent Penley's comments, which I certainly agree with. I would like to comment about the process that brought us here today. From the outset, as one of the three regents who were on the search committee. From the outset, we really had three discrete goals in this process. The first and foremost, to land a great president worthy of a great university. And I believe mission accomplished. And that is certainly goal one. We have the right leader at the right time. But a search process is more than that. It is also a tool for healing. It's a tool for building the consensus and the runway that a new president needs to succeed for a long term. The process starts with a search committee that needs to represent the full campus. And it was very intentional and really unprecedented that a third of the committee was made up of faculty members representing every faculty governance group. It was important, and it is important, that the faculty needed an outsized voice in this process. They got it, and it was enormously important and productive that they did. They were also crystal clear that among the many attributes, probably the largest job description ever drafted for a presidential search, with dozens and dozens of attributes, which Suresh Garamella meets virtually all of them, but that at the top, that a great research institution requires a leader who is a great research person with global academic credibility. And we found that with Suresh Garamella. The committee was diverse. It represented every major campus group. It was a process that brought more campus input than any process ever taken on before. 18 different community groups had time with the committee, 3 open town halls, over 4,000 survey responses. Literally anyone on campus that wanted a meeting with the search committee got it. And it was important because this is building credibility and muscle and runway for the next president. We applied this job description to the candidates. They were interviewed multiple times. There was a variety of perspectives. The full campus was heard. But what was extraordinary in the end, the full committee rose above its individual constituency interests, parochial interests, and in putting the institution first, arrived at a unanimous recommendation of Suresh Garamella as the next president of the university. Every single member of the search committee is excited about this choice, believes in this choice, and hopes that this unprecedented level of faculty and campus input and the unanimity of support will give the next new president the runway to be successful and remain long-term. Finally, Chair, the third thing that this search committee did is a template for effective shared governance. What I think was exhibited here is that with patience and goodwill, that trust can form, and that from trust can come collaborative decision-making. And this is a muscle, and it's a habit that I think we can now make stronger with use. So I am excited about the choice. I am proud of the process that brought us here, and I am going to be an enthusiastic I vote for the next president of the university, Suresh Garamella.
Thank you, Regent Duvall. Any other discussion or comment? Regent Brewster?
Thank you, Chair Mata. I know this board and the importance of the Arizona Health Initiative and the kickoff that we have had over the past year, working with our 3 universities and leadership teams to improve the state of healthcare in Arizona. Is taken very seriously. And as part of this process, I was buoyed by the background and the experience that Dr. Garamella has with health, health sciences, health issues, both at his tenure at Purdue and certainly in Vermont. It's important to me and important in this committee setting to bring forward that we are not going backwards. We are going forwards with our Arizona Healthy Initiative with Dr. Garamella with us. And I just want to make clear that on that state of need for our state, I am very happy to see, hear, and work with going forward the University of Arizona and this new leader on those initiatives. I think this is a tremendous add to where we are and where we can go. And I'm thrilled again for the time spent on this issue inside that interview process. Chair Mata, thank you.
Thank you, Regent Brewster. Regent Pacheco.
Thank you very much, Chair. And one of the things I would like to highlight is the deep dive that was conducted into his nearly 30 years of higher education as the president of the University of Vermont, his role as the head of research and partnerships at Purdue, and really his long history of mentoring students. He's celebrated in higher education for his innovative leadership and exceptional record of putting students first, which is exactly where we need to be. And he's prioritized affordability as the president of the University of Vermont and doubled that university's research enterprise. So being student focused, being faculty focused, and also academically focused, as he is a professor of mechanical engineering, a very highly cited scholar and researcher. I think that we have all of the elements for an exceptional president. One of the things that has also really stood out to me is that he is engaging. He's a great listener. He's a collaborative conversationalist and leader. And so from a Wildcat perspective, I think that he is the right person at the right time. And I'm really excited to see all of the incredible things that will happen here with his leadership. I'm fully supportive.
Thank you, Regent Pacheco. Regent Goodyear.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo a little bit about the search committee. Cecilia, you identified them by name, and they put in long hours, perhaps way more than they signed up for. And we should be very grateful to the members of the search committee who put as much energy into this as they did. So you thank them, Chair Mata. I would like to thank them as well. Through the search process, first, we were looking for somebody who is qualified. I think that is self-evident that Dr. Garamella is immensely qualified for the job. We were looking for somebody who is a good fit for the campus. Again, it just feels like he's got all the character traits that are going to be, will fit in very well here in Tucson. We can talk all day about his accomplishments and his achievements and his track record, but I don't think we should lose sight of the fact that he's a really good guy. That counts. I mean, he's easy to talk to. He's humble. He listens. There are just so many attributes that I think are going to help him succeed here. And, you know, for me, part of leadership is, will other people follow? And the answer with Dr. Garamella is emphatically yes. He's got a great track record at building teams. In his prior iterations at Purdue and Vermont, he has built very good relationships with students and faculty and staff and alumni and community people. So he is a leader that people will follow. I mean, there are these rare times when the person and the circumstance fit together ideally, and I think this is one of those times. I think we have found a man who meets the moment, and I just couldn't be more excited about voting yes.
Thank you, Regent Goodyear. Any other comments by other regent? Regent Archuleta.
Thank you, Chair Mata. It really is a pleasure to be here this morning and to move forward Dr. Garamella. At least that's my intention today. And I wanted to just speak about my perception, and that is that, you know, in meeting with him, I feel like he mirrors the 6 core values of the university: integrity, compassion, exploration, adaptation, inclusion, and determination. And he has high expectations of himself. He will have high expectations for the University of Arizona, and our state deserves that. He is very approachable. And I have to say that's one of the things that most struck me, is that I believe he will be accessible and approachable to all on campus. And I hope that that people from the campus will find that as well, and will take advantage of that. I am most impressed with the fact that the very diverse committee that was assembled by the Board of Regents have collectively been enthusiastic and energetic about his candidacy. And to me, that speaks volumes to take, a committee of 18 people comprised of regents, of community members, of faculty, of administration, of students, and that they all have found, that this candidate resonates with them, and they have found something to be enthusiastic and energetic about in terms of what he'll bring to the University of Arizona. So for me, that is, what just took, my impression of him, coupled with that, just makes me so enthusiastic today, and so happy to be able to be part of the process. And so I do want to, thank everyone. It's been an exhaustive process, but I am most encouraged by the fact that everyone seems to be very excited about the potential, the perspective, and the leadership that he will bring to the U of A.
Thank you, Regent Archuleta. Regent Stein?
Yes, thank you, Chair Mata. So having just joined the board this week, I was not sure that I would be comfortable participating in this vote, but I have consumed, thanks to the board staff, a lot of information over the last several days, and about Dr. Garamella, and in particular about the process that brought us to today. And based upon that review, I can enthusiastically support Dr. Garamella's candidacy, and I look forward to calling him a fellow Wildcat.
Thank you, Regent Stein. Any other regents? Regent Zaragoza?
Thank you, Chair Mata. I just want to emphatically endorse Dr. Garamella. He's been a very, very, very strong candidate throughout this whole process. And more than anything, I just want to highlight how focused he has been on promoting the student experience, both during his time at Purdue and at the University of Vermont. Fun fact, he attracted record numbers for undergrad applications during his tenure at the UVM, and I expect he'll do the same at the University of Arizona, given how successful he has been in managing the University of Vermont. He really is someone who is student-centered and promotes their well-being to great success. So I look forward to seeing the work he does, and I'm very excited to support him in his endeavors.
Thank you, Regent Zaragoza. Any other comments? Okay, I don't see any other hands, so no more discussion or comments. Before we move to the vote, I would like to close by again to thank you, the Search Advisory Committee, which I mentioned each of the name. I know it was very long hours and very long days, but also this ABOR staff that have put everything together for the Search Advisory Committee and for us. Many long hours that we spent, and it's amazing where we got today. We're here because of all the Search Advisory Committee and our staff at ABOR. Thank you, my heartfelt thank you. So since we don't have any further discussion and comments, I would like to move that the board nominate Dr. Suresh Garimella. I'm waiting that the airplane goes away. So I will start again, okay, because it was very noisy. Sorry about that. Okay, I move that the board nominate Dr. Suresh Garimella to be the University of Arizona presidential finalist, and to further authorize the board chair to negotiate contract terms with the University of Arizona presidential finalists, subject to approval of the board at a future meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Wanted to make sure that we heard the aye. Oppose? Any abstentions? The motion carries. Congratulations, Dr. Garimella. Thank you all. And this concludes today's meeting. We are adjourned.